カメラはここにしましょう。この角度はどうかしら。どの角度の私も可愛いわね。はーい、みんな。エリシアのメイク教室へよ。
Does she look familiar? Well, you might have noticed a small resemblance to a new character introduced in Starrail's Morbius trailer. Well, today I'll be explaining what all the Honkai Impact players have been screaming about since this trailer dropped. That said, this is going to be a brief breakdown and explanation of the Flamechasers, focusing on their relevance to Starrail's Morbius. And by brief, I mean we are not diving into every single little detail of the entire history and lore because it's a lot. This video is aimed at Starrail players who want to know about the similarities, variants, and other connections without sifting through 6 years worth of game lore. A quick disclaimer though, any Flamechaser or Honkai 3rd character variants in Starrail will not be the same as their counterparts from Honkai Impact 3rd universe, so keep that in mind when comparing characters. There will never, ever be another Alicia. At least not exactly the same. Before we jump into the Flamechasers, let's set the stage with the previous era. It was a highly advanced civilization that faced near extinction due to the Honkai, a destructive force that manifested as catastrophic events, and Hershers, which are powerful beings of destruction. To combat this, the Moths, or the Myrmidons of Task Force Honkai, formed a global organization to preserve humanity. Despite their efforts, the Honkai overwhelmed them. However, their sacrifices laid the groundwork for the resistance in the current era. The Flamechasers were the 13 strongest and most resilient Mantis soldiers, chosen from the survivors of the Soldier Project. The term Mantis stands for Modified Artificial Non-Human Tissue Integrated Soldiers. Mantis soldiers had their DNA fused with that of Honkai beasts, granting them abilities similar to these powerful creatures. They weren't just warriors, they represented humanity's struggles and philosophies: hope, sacrifice, resilience, and even despair. The Flamechasers were the frontline warriors, sent to combat Hershers and massive Honkai outbreaks. Their abilities often matched or exceeded the destructive power of Hershers, making them the most effective tools in the Moth's arsenal. The Flamechasers were permanently biologically altered, sacrificing their humanity for the greater good. For some, like Kevin and Kalpus, this transformation brought immense physical and emotional suffering. Now, before I get into each of the Flamechasers, I wanted to talk about the Theelisian Realm arc in Honkai Impact 3rd, which, in my opinion, is the best arc, but this is also where we actually got to learn more about the previous era and got a very deep look into the past lives of the Flamechasers. The Theelisian Realm is a simulated space formed from the converged consciousnesses of the 13 Flamechasers. And it has 3 functions. It serves as a virtual library, preserving the memories, philosophies, and powers of the Flamechasers for future generations. It also serves as a legacy, a testament to the sacrifices of the previous era's heroes, left behind to guide those who follow in their footsteps. And it is also a test to determine if successors are worthy of inheriting their knowledge and powers. Okay, now we can talk about them individually. Each Flamechaser was transformed through the Mantis process and imbued with unique abilities drawn from the Honkai Beast DNA. They each had unique abilities and represented different core concepts. Kevin Caslana, codename Deliverance. He was the first successful mantis and leader of the Flamechasers. His DNA was fused with the ice-wielding Honkai beast Pavarti, granting him cryogenic abilities. His core concept was sacrifice and determination, and his body temperature is constantly at negative 30 Celsius, or minus 22 if you're an American. Basically, it's cold. It's really, really cold. Kevin was the Moth's strongest soldier and ultimate weapon against the Hershers. He spearheaded many successful missions, including defeating the 7th and 9th Hershers. He exemplified unyielding resolve, sacrificing his humanity to lead humanity's fight against the Honkai. However, towards the end, Kevin's trauma led him down the wrong path for humanity's survival. But that's a video for another day. Let's move on. Elysia, codename Ego. Elysia was the cheerful and mysterious guide through the Theelisian Realm. She embodies hope, beauty, and individuality. She is actually revealed to be the first Hersher, the Hersher of human ego. A Hersher who chose to protect humanity rather than destroy it. Elysia chose to fight for humanity, wielding energy-based weapons and manipulating emotions to inspire others. She was also the unofficial founder of the Flamechasers, rallying the surviving Mantis soldiers. Elysia valued humanity's beauty and individuality, sacrificing herself to alter the Honkai's nature from within, giving future Hershers the potential to retain their humanity. Basically, because she was the first Hersher of the era, she was able to sacrifice herself and change the will of the Honkai, or hack the mainframe of the Honkai itself, forcing the next cycle of Hershers to have a chance of retaining their humanity. She created the Theelisian Realm to preserve the Flamechasers' legacy. Elysia represents self-awareness and free will, believing in humanity's beauty and potential. And honestly, I could go on all day about Elysia, but for sake of time, let us move on. Dr. Mobius, codename Infinity, a green-haired scientist known for her dangerous, manipulative tendencies. She symbolizes evolution and obsession. Mobius had self-modified herself with serpent or serpentine DNA, granting her snake-like traits, enhanced intellect, and a special form of immortality. She is known for her cutting-edge research in genetics and augmentation as the lead scientist of the Moths. She also leads the Mantis and Divine Key projects. Mobius believed in the necessity of extreme evolution to combat the Honkai, often conducting morally ambiguous experiments. Let's just hope Ron May doesn't try to bring her back. Those two together just calls for chaos. Fuhua, codenamed Vicissitude. Fuhua is a survivor of the early Mantis trials, with wings resembling the mythical Garuda. Her core concept is resilience and duty. Fuhua was Honkai enhanced through the E-Core process, and wields the Fenghuang Down, a divine key that manipulates memories and consciousness. Fuhua is a disciplined warrior, dedicated to protecting humanity, even at the cost of her well-being. She represents unwavering duty, enduring personal loss, and mistrust to fulfill her mission. Eden, codename Gold. She was a former musician who joined after surviving the 7th Hershers attack on Australia. Because she was a musician, her abilities are sound-based, and her core concept is eternal elegance. Eden gained longevity and the ability to control sound waves through the mantis surgery. As a former performer, she joined the Flamechasers to use her abilities to uplift humanity during its darkest times. Eden symbolizes grace and perseverance, using art and music to inspire hope amidst the chaos. Vil V, codename Helix, an eccentric inventor with a fragmented personality. Vil V represents creativity and duality. Vil V has enhanced intellect and engineering skills, a literal technological genius. As a master engineer, Vil V could control machinery and weaponry with exceptional precision. She created advanced technologies, including modifications to the divine keys. Vil V's creations represented human ingenuity, though her fragmented personality often reflected the cost of such brilliance. She was a little crazy. And by crazy, I mean she had 8 different separate personalities. Sakura, codename Setsuna, a ninja assassin infused with Honkai Beast DNA to enhance her agility and reflexes. She was fast as fuck, boy. Sakura's core concept is loyalty and love. She has enhanced agility and strength, excelling in close combat. As a skilled assassin and soldier, Sakura's motivations stemmed from her deep love for her sister, Rin. Of course, Sakura's tragedy highlighted her personal costs of war, especially when Rin became the 12th Herrscher. Kalpis, codename Decimation, a hot-blooded and destructive warrior. Kalpis represents rage and survival, embodying the Flamechasers' raw physical might. Kalpis was a brutal warrior who endured extreme physical modifications to maximize his destructive potential. He has fiery strength and durability, honed through the E-Core process. He is a destructive force on the battlefield, often serving as the Flamechasers' front line. Kalpis embraced anger and chaos, channeling them into unmatched combat effectiveness. Cosma, codename Daybreak, and one of the younger recruits with metamorphic abilities that allowed for in-battle adaptations. His core concept was innocence and growth. Cosma's metaphoric abilities allowed him to adapt in battle, though his transformations caused significant physical strain. Cosma represented the potential for even ordinary people to become heroes. He embodied the innocence lost during war, striving to protect others despite his limitations. Sue, codename Bodie, is a healer and scientist, augmented to be one of the most balanced mantises in combat and support. His core concept is wisdom and reflection. Enhanced through E-Core, Sue specialized in medical and scientific contributions while being an adept fighter. But, more importantly, he dabbles in dreams and bubble worlds. As a healer and philosopher, Sue balanced humanity's physical and moral battles. He sought understanding and balance, believing in the potential for redemption. Greo, codename Stars, was a childlike artist whose paintings can manifest in reality. Greo symbolizes innocence and creation. She is a child prodigy whose artistic abilities manifested as the power to create and alter reality through emotions. Her powers allowed her to manifest emotions into physical entities, a reflection of her artistic spirit. She was a childlike figure among the Flamechasers, representing hope and purity. Greo symbolized the untainted creativity of humanity, even amidst despair. Parto, codename Reverie. Initially an ordinary thief, Parto became a reluctant Flamechaser with stealth and survival skills. Her core concept was reluctance and adaptation. She had her strength and agility enhanced through her mantis transformation. She was a reluctant soldier who became a Flamechaser by circumstance rather than choice. Parto represented the ordinary people, swept up in extraordinary circumstances, adapting to survive. Aonia, codenamed Discipline, a powerful psychic who controls others' fates and actions through her words. Aonia is feared for her strict sense of order. Her DNA granted her mind control abilities, allowing her to influence the thoughts of others. She believes fate is inescapable, and that she must guide humanity through discipline and control. Aonia had mastery over mental manipulation and discipline, capable of influencing others' behavior. She was a guiding figure who ensured order within the Flamechasers. Aonia embodied strict control and sacrifice, often making the hard decisions for the greater good. Despite their power, the Flamechasers couldn't prevent humanity's downfall. Each successive Hersher grew stronger, culminating in the Hersher of the End, who destroyed the previous era. The Flamechasers were still vulnerable to the mental and physical toll of their transformations. Some succumbed to despair or lost their humanity entirely. The moth's moral compromises and differing philosophies created rifts among its leaders and soldiers, further weakening their unity. However, the Flamechasers' sacrifices were not in vain. Their struggles laid the groundwork for humanity's rebirth. The survivors of Project Sanctuary preserved the knowledge and tools of the previous era, enabling the current era to resist the Honkai. Elysia's sacrifice altered the Honkai's nature, allowing future Hershers to retain their humanity if their wills were strong enough. Their divine keys and philosophies became integral to the ongoing fight against the Honkai in the current era. The Flamechasers' lives were defined by immense loss and relentless sacrifice, and their ideals are preserved within the Theelisian Realm as a guiding light for future generations. Well, that was until May accidentally let in the Hersher of Corruption and deleted the entire Theelisian Realm. But that's a video for another day. Elysia, in contrast to the despair that consumed many of the Flamechasers, embodies a belief in humanity's inherent beauty and potential. Her optimism underscores the importance of preserving hope even in the face of despair. And I think that was the most important concept from the Theelisian Realm arc. But let's talk about Starrail now. Starrail's Morpheus trailer draws striking parallels to the Flamechasers and the whole mythology of the Honkai Impact 3's previous era. The trailer hints at some deep philosophical and thematic ties between the two universes while setting up new lore and mysteries for Morpheus. So, I'm very curious how they will be delivering the 3.0 story. I theorize that it will be similar but not one-to-one with the Theelisian Realm arc. Different POVs of the heroes, differing ideals, and concepts between them. Exploring their failures and helping them bring back their golden era through hope and the power of friendship. I mean, Trailblaze. But that's all from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this brief video about the Flamechase journey. That being said, I will be making a lore video or two dedicated to Amphorius for sake of time. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next lore video. Once again, I am Oofie, and thank you so much for watching.